Alright guys, welcome back. This is Dark Angels channel and I am Shakira. So, wanted to slip back in for a second and take a look at my CPR and moving averages entry tests. And I literally opened up and guys, just let's be clear. As I'm testing this, I'm not using real money because what if this process doesn't work? That would suck, right? So heck no. But I opened up a position based off of this method, and remember what I said, right? So the CPR, how these are the different pivot areas where price might turn around. There might be selling pressure, buying pressure, depending on if it's like at the bottom, selling pressure at the top, buying pressure, etc. And of course, with the moving averages, in this case, the let me see, green is 50. I have the 5, and then sorry, green is yellow. 50 is the yellow one. My bad. 5 and 13, orange and green, and then of course the 200 is floating down. So, as we all know, ETH has been dropping. And by the way, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you like these quick updates. I'm really interested to see how well this thing plays out. You know how these things work. You really have to test it out pretty well before you can, start throwing your money at it. At least I think so. I don't know about you, right? But, I'm going to give it like maybe a week of constant tests, maybe 2 weeks, who knows, whatever I'm comfortable with. I'm not on a schedule. I'm not hurrying on anything. I'd rather get my ducks in a row so I know that if I can manage to make the majority of my trades winning trades, then that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so just for funsies and BitGet, because I like their paper trading stuff. So I opened the price at 13. My opening price is 13.45. Why? Because if I zoom in here, and by the way, this is also another piece that's super important, right? So these things print and reprint at noon Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if you can see that. September 1912. So, when I came in here, I saw that we were kind of in a bit of a free fall, and I'll show you a trade I put in over the weekend too, which worked beautifully. So far so really good, right? In any case, so I opened it at 1340. Why? Let me zoom in here really quickly for funsies. Why? Because the new day's pivot points printed, and what did I see? I saw that the 5 and 13 were printed at the bottom. It's hard to see because the colors and everything. The blue's not the best, but I saw that we were trading below on this first one at the bottom. So I was like, all right. So I'm going to enter at the bottom of this thing because the 5 and 13 confluence were under at the base of this pivot point. Now guys, there's no guarantee that this is going to work, but what I'm testing, right? If it's below the 200 at least, it'd be even better if it was below the 200 and the 50 as we saw, right? Boom even safer. But it's below the 200 and the 200 is pointing down. We are in a most definite downtrend, right? And it's so funny, and I'll show you this other trade that worked like a boss in a sec. But so far so good, right? It opened up, it pushed up a little bit up here, but then to the top of the pivot, but then dropped back down again. So we'll see how this thing plays out. Looks like it's making a bid for whether or not it wants to stay above, if it wants to get above the 50. Now I personally believe that if it closes above the 50 and stabilizes, then I can go ahead and close this puppy in some profits, right? Sorry, but right now it's fighting, right? And there's an imbalance here that it wants to, chew up and eat. That's fine. 5 and 13 are pointing down. 200 is pointing down. I'm not in any mood to take any kind of longs in this case. All I'm looking for are shorts right now, because that's the main momentum for the markets right now. This is Ethereum, obviously. So my test trade here is 5.65% in profit. The other reason why I'm doing it this way is to kind of get myself used to having to set stop losses that are somewhat further away to allow the trade time to breathe, and for the pullbacks and all that annoying stuff, because that stuff was giving me freaking ulcers, man. I'm not kidding. Ulcers. So that stuff's no fun. But we'll see how this plays out. I've moved my stop loss since it has come down, and I'm like at least 5% into profit. Seems like it wants to come back up, but I've moved my stop loss into about 1% profit for the time being, and I actually had it above. And let me add back the it's there. It's already there. Sometimes I can't see. The Donchian channel was way up here, so I actually have my stop loss set to like 1370 or something like that. And you could have also put it above the 200 as well, like 1359 or something like that. But be mindful, right? What have we been seeing? All right, we saw. Let me move out of the way. We saw. Let's make this even. Scroll in some more, and of course, as you can tell, I've been making some notes. It's not pretty. This thing is, like, if you want to keep things together, it's not pretty. But okay, so we've been seeing this, and it's not beautiful, right? We've been dropping, right? Dropping, consolidating, eating up, hitting SR flip areas, and I'll do a quick vid on figuring those out, or just drop a link out to meet. Man, I ate some crab yesterday, and it punctured my little spot right here, and it keeps getting caught on things. So annoying. But anyway, so we've been on a little bit of a down tier, and honestly, you expect some kind of a pullback and then a continuation down, right? Unless Powell comes out tomorrow with some amazing news. I'm not really expecting anything exciting. Now, if we keep printing higher lows coming back up, we might be like rolling back up into this SR flip area. So support and resistance flip, meaning if I scroll over, so how far do I have to go? Okay, so meaning it was an area where, it was being used in terms of support at one point, kept up, and now it's flipped to resistance, which is what happened after this break, this juicy break here. Beautiful place, actually, and I'll show you the trade I took on the weekend. Fake trade, of course. I'll get my order details here. So again, and on my fake trade made 67 because I started testing it out. So I opened the short at 1462.33. Okay, so let's go up to that area right here. This is on Saturday, and I let it play out. Again, trying to teach myself to stay in the trades longer, give it room to breathe and play out, and then exit, at my take profits and not worry about it. But so check it out. 1462. I do believe it was like, where were you? 1462. Yeah, it was up here somewhere. All right, so it's about here, right? And so we're at one of the resistance areas, right? Let me just, we're at one of these resistance areas, and I was seeing that the 5 and 13, they were turning around, and it looked like, we were running into issues trying to break through this SR flip area, right? And after this juicy break, I was thinking to myself, okay, so we broke, we've been bouncing around this area, retouching it, then you check to the left to see if there was any other, if it had been used for support below, and it had been, so now it's turned into resistance as a zone, right, where price has bounced in and out. So I'm like, cool, and it looks like it's not trying to move above it. So I'm like, all right, so next time I see some sort of confluence where the moving averages that I'm tracking along with you know, being below this support area for the CPR, I'll take a short. And I set my take profit, I think, to what was it? Let's go look at it real quick. I set my take profit at 14.35. Yeah, and I just let it run. And of course, the stop loss was in a nice juicy place above this Donchian channel right up here. Yep, I just let it play out. Room to breathe. Something I need to learn. Oh, it hurts my chest to do it, but you got to risk something. So that would be 12% of my isolated. Remember. Isolated, not cross. Isolated. So that means I put a specific amount, and that's if anything, let's say I got liquidated, that's all I would lose, not my entire portfolio. So be mindful of that. Anyway, so look at this. So I said, okay, I'm gonna enter in about here, and gave it enough room to run rampant, and then I aimed for, I believe, this first, actually this area here, 14.35, yeah. And I was also looking for like a imbalance that could be filled too. So there it is, that imbalance right there, this nice yellow space. So I aimed for that puppy, and it worked like a charm. In fact, it worked so well, it just kept working. Look at that, bam. I was asleep for most of this, sadly, and I wish that I'd, you know, been able to pay attention, because there might have been other opportunities. But hey, that is what it is. So far so good on the CPR SMA thing. It's looking pretty promising, I think, for me. All right, guys. All right, let me know what you think and how you think it's working in the comments. Like and subscribe if you dig these types of content, and even if you just like my super badass One Piece Luffy shirt. I really need to get some more so I can wear them more often. I know you were missing it from when I started the channel, so enjoy some Luffy. Let me tell you all the way, Luffy. Okay. All right, and for all y'all One Piece fans, I cannot wait for this Wano arc to get concluded. I'm excited to see the last final fight between Luffy and Kaido. I'm interested to see how Kid's gonna do against Big Mom. Mama. Alright guys, I'm gonna say thanks so much for watching. Again, drop your comments down below, and I'm gonna drop a link to Meet Kaplan's price action stuff, because that's basically what I'm doing, right? I'm learning from there. Y'all behave yourselves. Shakira out.